चाहता है, दिल चाहता है.
Hello friends, a very warm welcome on behalf of Indian Academy of Pediatrics Navi Mumbai and Umang Bhari Udan, Adolescent Health Initiative Navi Mumbai. Let's celebrate this International Adolescent Health Week, which is celebrated every year with a different theme. This year's theme is transition. Transition into a safe adulthood from childhood, transition from pre-pandemic life into a life shaped by a pandemic, and transition from dependence to independence. So friends, during this pandemic time, all of us have realized the significance of one thing, and that is our health. How do we take care of health? Definitely through a healthy lifestyle. So friends, let's make a transition into a better health through healthy lifestyles. So the first thing that I would like to tell you for healthy lifestyle, or the first mantra, would be nutrition. The food we eat. We are what we eat. We all know that. And boys, you know, you need to have a total calorie intake of around 2400 to 2800 calories, and girls around 2100 to 2400 calories. We are also very well aware of the thali concept or choose your plate concept, where half of your plate is filled with around 40% vegetables and 10% fruits, and the other half maybe around 30% of cereals, that is jowar, bajri, bhakris, rice, chapatis, and 20% proteins in the form of pulses, dals, and the non-veg food items. Friends, if you take these pulses in the form of sprouts, definitely it is much better because it is easily digestible, and the micronutrients definitely increase because of the sprouting. Friends, all this we are aware of, but do we know? Are we aware of the food we eat? Do we know when to stop eating? So friends, when we are on our mobiles or watching TV and having food, we are definitely not aware of how much full we are and when to stop eating. So definitely we start overeating, and definitely internal mechanism of ours which tells us when to stop eating. We need to be aware of the food that we eat. So friends, definitely no binge eating in front of TV. And if you ask me which is the greatest quality of food, so I would say it is the freshness. Freshness, because definitely it preserves the nutritive value of that particular food item. And local, seasonal, fresh food, important because, as I told you before, the nutritive value is preserved, and we are of course helping our Mother Earth, the farmers, and of course reducing the carbon footprints. Thirdly, I think we should make it a habit to read labels before buying the food from our supermarkets. See to it what is the content, the saturated fats, the salts, the sugars, and of course the preservatives, the colors, and a strict no to trans fat. Definitely they are so unhealthy. Lastly, I think we should also eat a lot of variety of food. That's because, friends, did you know that we have around 100 trillion microbes in our body? Isn't it interesting? And all this while we thought our body is made up of cells, tissues, and organs. But we have to maintain these microbes because they are helpful to our body. So we call something as the gut microflora, that is the microbes which are in our gastrointestinal tract, which help us in digestion, protects us against many diseases, and also some cancers. So we need to eat a variety of food for maintaining this good bacteria or the gut microflora. The second mantra I'm going to talk about is sleep. I'm sure we all know if our sleep is disturbed, we are so irritable the next day. We can't focus on things. We get easily irritated with small things. So friends, all of us need our good quota of undisturbed sound sleep. Switching off the mobiles at least 1 hour before going to bed, because if you don't, then the blue light which is radiated from these mobiles, they tell our brain that we still need to remain awake, give the false alarm to the brain to remain alert, and of course disrupts our normal sleep rhythm and cycle. So if this happens chronically, definitely we are in a chronically irritated state and are not up to our mark, and we don't get up in that cheerful positive mode to face the daily challenges of life. Not only that, sleep also helps us in maintaining our weight and not making us overweight. It also helps us in retaining whatever we have learned during that day, that is consolidation of the memory. So friends, the third mantra would be physical activity. So WHO, that is World Health Organization, has certain recommendations for your age group. At least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous aerobic physical activity every day is a must. So what do you mean by a moderate vigorous physical activity? Moderate aerobic means, so when you are doing that activity, you become a bit breathless and can converse, not very easily, but can converse. And I'm sure we have gone through such situations while playing a football game, playing cricket. So any of your favorite outdoor games, running, cycling, swimming, walking, jogging, anything, 60 minutes per day is a must. Along with this, of course, strength training or strengthening of muscles, bones, around 3 sessions a week for your large muscles. Friends, during this COVID times, we have been sitting and glued to our chairs and laptops for such a long time that suddenly going into this activity is going to cause much harm and injury to the body, because body needs to get adapted to go into that 60 minutes of physical activity. So you have to start gradually. So start with maybe around 20-25 minutes of walk regularly, consistently. Then maybe intersperse it with 1 minute of walk, 2 minutes of running, or 2 minutes of walk, 1 minute of running, and gradually you can graduate. And the third recommendation is minimal sedentary activity and minimal recreational screen time. Now with the COVID restrictions which are no longer there, definitely we will be taking full advantage and going outdoor for our recreation and not depend on the screen for the recreation. So that is taken care of. And what do you mean by sedentary activity? So basically when we are sitting for long hours without any movement of the body or without moving around, it is known as a sedentary activity. So friends, in spite of doing that regular consistent physical activity for an hour every day and the strength training sessions, all the good healthy effects are nullified if you are not moving around the rest of the time during the day. So just move around the rest of the day. Move your Aji Azobas, Nana Nanis around, help them to move around, and then it's going to benefit you into a better health. Friends, after this, let me tell you the next mantra, and that is, of course, the way we take care of our stress. So before that, let me tell you that we need to be outdoor at least 20 minutes per day. Why? It's a great de-stressor. In fact, in Japan, there is a concept known as Shinrin Yoku. Shinrin is forest and Yoku is bathing. So Shinrin Yoku is forest bathing, where the Japanese people switch off their mobiles, just go into the nature, absorb the nature and be a part of the nature, becoming aware of every aspect of that nature, the chirping of the birds, the rustling of the leaves, the breeze flowing by. What happens when you do this? So basically, this is the here and now concept, where you believe and are only aware of the present, not bothered about the past and the future. So this is mindfulness, awareness. Of course, I'll be talking about it later also. And as I told you, the fifth mantra is our way we manage our stress. So friends, during any stressful moment, I'm sure which all of us go through many times, irrespective of our age. So during your exam times, maybe some of you might be in those stressful situations, might be anxious, nervous, fearful, and you know you can feel your heartbeats, you can breathlessness to an extent, maybe your BP shooting up. So this is what a stress does to our body. Our body reacts to it in this sympathetic way. The sympathetic activity is heightened and stimulated. We need to convert this sympathetic activity into a parasympathetic activity to behave in a cool and calm and composed manner. So how do we do that? How do we convert these unwanted, unnecessary thoughts into positive thoughts? So there are many techniques: meditation, yoga, shavasana, pranayams. One of the simplest relaxation technique that I'll be telling you right now is, which you should be practicing regularly to really notice the change in your feelings during stressful situations. You just need to be aware of your breath. So I'm going to tell you something about mindfulness. Friends, all of us at every moment breathe. Are you really aware of the breath? Are you very conscious of the breath that you're taking? So friends, breath does a lot of things for us. But do we care about this breath? So we need to consciously make efforts to be aware of this breath. So how do we do that? So just close your eyes and just focus, simply focus on the inhalation. Once you focus on this inhalation, you will realize that you are becoming more conscious about the breath. Of course, at times you might not be able to focus that time. Maybe you can put one palm of the hand on the abdomen and the other palm on top of that. Close your eyes and inhale and sense the abdomen going outwards, the chest filling up with air, expanding, and then exhale and sense your hand going down along with or inwards, going along with the abdomen, and your chest contracting. So friends, you just need to repeat this cycle, maybe in the beginning 3 times. You can do it anytime, anywhere, just before going to the bedtime, maybe before going to the exam, and you will find a lot of difference in the way you feel and the performance you give in your exam after that, without any anxiety or fear. So friends, let's all take care of these 5 best friends forever, who are going to take care of us forever, just the way our best buddies and pals take care of us. And let's inculcate this in our daily life. Keep moving, keep smiling, keep helping, and be aware of what you're doing. And the most important, have fun. Thank you. Bye bye.